Hey there, friends. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to change the exposure of your photos using Affinity. So this is a really great technique to be familiar with if, for example, you tend to shoot in dark or dimly lit areas where ideal photo conditions might not be present. So if you ever underexpose a photo or have a washed out photo, you can quickly correct it in post-processing. So I'm just going to quickly open up a raw photo here that I would like to use. And let's say I would like to choose this one. So as we load it in, as you can see, it's a little washed out and dimly lit, and that's something we want to change. Another thing to really be aware of is you want to click on the develop assistant settings and make sure that the default tone curve is set to do not apply. This is something that you will most likely have to change if you're starting out because the default setting is set to standard. So what that does is I'm just going to show you real quick. If you have this tone curve setting, if you have it set to standard, it can greatly change the way your photo looks. And most of the time, you want to set these changes yourself. So now that the photo has been uploaded and we're ready to start, if you look at the right hand side of your screen, you're going to notice these adjustments that we can make. So I'm just going to show you a few of the adjustments that we can make. The first is the exposure. We can change the exposure, the black point, and the brightness of the photo. So if you'll notice, it's a bit washed out and dark. So let's raise the exposure just a little bit, maybe by one full stop, maybe by even 1.5 stops. So as you can see, the photo has gotten a lot lighter and is a lot more pleasing to the eyes. Another thing that we can do is we can add some contrast using a tone curve. So this is called a standing S curve. I'm just going to add a point here at the bottom and a point here at the top. And I'm just going to bring the top or the highlights up a little bit while lowering the shadows. So what that does is it creates dynamic contrast, which is contrast between the lighter and the darker areas of your scene. So as you can see right now, the photo has gotten a lot better already. It's already improved a lot and it doesn't strain the eyes as much since it isn't as dark. So we can also increase the clarity by just a little, just to sharpen the edges a little bit. And maybe we can even up the vibrance. So one thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm also gonna want to change the temperature underneath here in the white balance. Right now it's a little warm. I would want it to be a bit more neutral. So I'm just going to slide this temperature slider down just a little bit, but not too much. So a common thing to keep in mind is that very minor adjustments can have very large effects on your image as a whole. So something to keep in mind is to just be careful and when making adjustments to just do it incrementally. That way you don't get to blow your image out or make some unnatural adjustments. So if we go ahead and go to split view or mirror view rather, we should be able to see the before and after of our image, before on the right side and after on the left. So comparatively, you can already tell that the after image is a lot more pleasing on the eyes, it's a lot brighter, and the exposure is properly set. Whereas the one on the right is a lot more washed out and is very flat and dark. So that's really all there is to adjusting the exposure in your photos in Affinity Photo. It's really quick, really easy. And once you get the hang of it, you should be able to do this very easily for all your photos. That's pretty much it for this video though. I hope I was able to teach you something new and something useful. And as always, thank you for watching.